Hi there, welcome back to my channel, a little bit about everything. Um, I've been away for a while because I've been sort of busy making chairs and stuff, and I finished the hay season, um, but I have a little downtime for now, and there's something I've been wanting to do, and it is a cedar paddle. I'm going to be replicating this cedar paddle. Okay? And if that's a success, then I'm going to be tinkering around with different designs of the paddle and maybe kayak paddles on either end. Okay? Oh, if somebody, if you're making paddles or you're choosing a paddle for your canoe, the way you do that is you sit down in a chair and you set the grip on the chair, and your chin should be at the beginning of the paddle. That's how you distinguish how long your paddle should be. Okay? Now let's say you're a tall person and you had a paddle that long. Well, this surface would be too small, right? You'd have to make a bigger paddle. Okay. I wrote down the steps I'll be taking to make the paddle. Okay. Planing down the cedar to 13/16. Obviously, what they did was take 3/4 and milled that down and made a glue surface out of it, and that's how they made that paddle. But the more laminates you have in this grip, like there's three visible parts of the laminate in this, which makes this stronger. Like plywood's stronger than a veneer, right? So that's where it gets some of its strength. And that should be quarter sawn lumber, right? You want that grain to be like this, not like that. Don't glue it like that. You won't have any strength in it. The grain has to go like this. So you mill down, or you're plane your cedar down to 13/16 thickness. Cut lengths of 56 inches, which is the length of that paddle there. Cut into strips of 1.5 wide. Okay, so when I chose my board, okay, I chose a board that had grain like this. It wasn't quarter sawn yet, but it was quarter sawn on the length of the board. So when I chopped that into slices and then flip those over and glue them together, they're all quarter sawn. Okay. Glue the strips together on the 1.5 wide of the face, and then you cut out your pattern, and then you sand it down and you transform it that way. That's how you're going to bring it down, right? So once I've run my blank through the bandsaw, I'm going to get a square piece here. Well, I'm going to have to sand it down till I get it round. Okay. If I'm going to be making lots of these, I'm going to try to get a jig where I can actually hold it here, and then spin it with some kind of motor, so that I can either go down with a plane or with the sander. And that'll be spinning, right? Like, I don't know how fast it would be spinning, but to spin this and make this would be a lot easier than trying to get it even and sand it by hand. But it's only the first paddle, and if it's not a success, making a machine like that would be sort of useless. So for the first one, I'm just going to see if I can do it. Okay. So I'm going to take you over to the to where I'm at right now with this project. So I've already started, right? So I've already started. I made my laminates, and it's like I said, I glued them on the 1.5. That's 1.5 there. And I made it the same number of laminates, the width that I need. Okay, so I made it 6.5, 6 5/8. So the paddle should fit on there. Okay, just for fun, I'm gonna set the paddle on there to see if she fits. The width is good, and the length is good. So I have enough material there to actually do this. And this had probably a poly on it, polyurethane or something. It's obviously has to be water resistant. Yeah, this stuff is cedar. It's really light. And the length, well, I made it slightly longer than, what did I say, 56? I made it slightly longer than 56. Okay, so as soon as this glue sets, I'll be creating my pattern, or just taking the roller itself and laying out some lines around here, and then I'm going to take it to the bandsaw and then start sanding it down. Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, so that should be enough. Well, I hope I haven't overshot. This is getting thin, but it's the tip, so it's going to be rounded off. And here, there's a little meat left on it. I hope I didn't take too much off. And on that side, it's the same thing. I got almost a 1/16 of an inch I can sand off. So far so good. But I've milled it down to the line of thickness I had drawn on there, and pretty hefty pile of chips here. So now I gotta sand this down to a shape, and I've got to round off this handle. Whoops, sorry. This is going to be my final sanding before I actually put some polyurethane on it. And I'm using the orbital sander because it's more versatile. It has rounded features so it can get into the nooks and crannies. I've completed my final sanding. Paddle looks nice. So now's the time for